Hi guys, it's Josh from Freefall Pickleball, and we're here to do an extensive review on Mozi Pickleball's line of pickleball paddles. We've been playing with their paddles and representing this brand since last November of 2024, and now we're ready to kind of explain to everybody what the difference is between the paddles and how to choose. So I'm going to start at their entry-level paddle, and this is the Vortex. They sell it for $79, $80 with your Freefall Pickleball coupon code that gets you 20% off. That comes down to $64. If you're a beginner, you want to be choosing something like the Vortex. Your other beginner paddle is the Court Authority. They sell it for $110. It comes out to be like $88 after discount. These are pretty much the same paddle with different shapes. I like to play with an elongated shape. A lot of people like to play with the hybrid shape. That's personal preference. But if you're a beginner, you do not want to go out and spend $250, $300 on a pro advanced paddle. It's going to be too poppy. It's going to have too much power. It's not going to have good control, and you're not going to be happy with your choice. This is where you want to start. And a lot of intermediate players will keep playing with a paddle like this because of its consistency. It's the type of paddle you can hit with for a year and it'd still be good. It's not going to core crush right away. It's not going to delaminate right away. These are great paddles. You've got good spin, amazing sweet spot on both of these, the Court Authority and the Vortex. So you're going to have a lot of control. You're going to learn how to play pickleball better than if you go out and buy an expensive paddle and somebody who's been playing for years makes it look easy, and then you come out and all your balls are popping up high and you don't know what to do. They're shooting out. That's not what you want. You want something to learn control. You want to learn finesse in pickleball. You want to have a soft grip on the handle, and you want to learn how to have a soft grip before you move up in the line of paddles. So whether you're buying a paddle from Mozi Pickleball or Komodo Pickleball or any other brand out there, you really want to be starting with a beginner paddle. You don't want a crap paddle from Target or Dick's Sporting Goods or Amazon, or, unless you're just trying to have fun. You want to have fun. That's what we both started with, Amazon paddles, and played for 6 months like that and had a great time. But if you want to progress in the sport, find a quality brand that makes quality introductory pickleball paddles. So those are their two starters. The next paddle in their lineup is the M1 Air Raid. This is a very lightweight, very thin, edgeless paddle. The pro about the positive in a paddle like this is that when you get up to the net and you're standing in the kitchen, you have really fast hands. There's nothing stopping your flicks, right? However, for an all-court paddle, I definitely don't recommend the thin, edgeless paddles, especially the introductory ones, because they're just not designed to handle all the different plays you're going to be playing in pickleball. So if you ask me personally, I did need to add weights to the sides of these just to be able to reset balls, and I don't like adding weights to my paddles. It's personal preference. I like to play stock, and that's something about this paddle that I didn't love. But I know people who do like this paddle and other paddles that are very similar to this, because they're just so lightweight and they don't like getting fatigue in the arm after a time. So this is an option. They sell it for $140. It's $112 with coupon code Freefall Pickleball. And then the next two in their lineup are similar. So the difference between them is mostly color. This has a 12K carbon fiber surface. You're grinding your teeth on this one, guys. This is like, you like this color, you choose this one. You like this color, you choose this one. They're both around the same price. There's a $20 difference. I think $180, $200. That's the difference. Again, I had to add weights, and not my personal favorite. Very fast hands at the kitchen, but I struggled with powerful drives from my opponents, just killing my paddle, and having to feel like I need to white knuckle the grip or push back on something I would typically just reset. And I didn't want to change my style of play to accommodate the paddle, so I prefer to change the paddle to accommodate my style of play. Maybe I'm wrong. Comment below, please. And then this is where you get to the Galaxy Pro. You remember the Court Authority before. This looks very, very similar. This is the same shape, the same thickness, 16 millimeter core, and I'm not going to get into all the details here about polypropylene and honeycomb and foam, and go on their website and read the explanation about each different paddle and what it's constructed of and exactly what its measurements are and how long the handle is and the grip circumference before you add your own overgrip. We're not going to get into that today. It's mozipickleball.com or mozipb.com. But this is an amazing paddle. So this is where you really start talking about advanced and pro level play. Great all around, lots of power, lots of control. Astrid played with this paddle until the Stinger got released. That's what she's hitting balls with in the background, and I'll get to that paddle in just a minute. That's Mozi Pickleball's newest paddle. And so this is a great paddle, and she still sometimes likes to go back to it. She still sometimes says, the Stinger is that new 3rd gen foam technology, and it's maybe lighter weight, maybe sometimes it's more powerful, and maybe this one feels sometimes more powerful. It's really, I feel like the honest review about paddles is a little more difficult than what the PR marketing review about paddles is, regardless of the brand. Some of these paddles they claim are super powerful, and then you get it in your hands and you're like, I don't feel it at all. And other paddles, they're telling you they're lightweight, but then you need to add 9 grams of lead to the paddle to be able to play with it. So this is a lot of personal preference, and I'd love to hear people's comments. What do you prefer? How do you like your paddle to play with? So Galaxy Pro, great paddle right here. That's $200, and you get the 20% off. So I think that comes to be like $160. And you are not going to find a paddle like this from big brands for $160. They're going to sell it to you for $200, $220 with no discount. So that's a great paddle. And then my favorite. I've been playing not just with the Gold Rush, but with this specific Gold Rush since November. And as most of you know, we play 4 or 5 times a week for multiple hours. We coach, we train, we drill, and I've been using this exact paddle. It is not core crush, it is not delaminated, it is not losing, I mean, yes, is it losing some grit? Sure, but does it still create a ton of spin? Absolutely. Can I still play advanced players that walk on with a brand new Perseus or brand new boomstick? Absolutely. I feel no fear wielding this paddle. It's a great, great paddle for me personally. Some people tell me, hey, your paddle's heavy. I have not added any weights. I'm like, cool. Some people say they don't feel the power when they hit with this paddle. I'm not sure. This is, again, you really, unless we could say this paddle, hits a ball at 56 miles per hour while that one hits it at 60, we're really grinding stones here. So is this the most powerful paddle of 2025? No. Is Mozi working on the most powerful paddle of 2025? Maybe. You're going to have to keep checking in. Do we have a 4th gen paddle hitting the shelves soon? Is it going to be super powerful and amazing? All right, Mozi Pickleball, you follow them on Instagram or Facebook, and follow us as well, and we'll keep you updated. But until then, I've been playing with the Gold Rush, and I'm still very happy with this paddle, and will often just go and grab this paddle over anything else that I have the option to play with or the opportunity to play with. And so Gold Rush still the most popular paddle on the line. That brings us to the Stinger. And so now that Astrid's finished hitting balls in the background with the spin shot pickleball machine, I'm going to show you the Stinger. This is the newest paddle in Mozi Pickleball's line. Great graphics, super cool colors, very unique design. This was designed together with Daryl Wyatt. He's a professional, I think it's APP player out of the Kansas City Stingers, hence the name Stinger. Very, very light, fast, powerful all-court paddle. And they gave it a great introductory price as well. I think that was something that I was shocked by. So the Gold Rush, even though it's been on the market for over a year, is still $220. I think that's a fair price. That's obviously before the discount. I think that's a very fair price. And when I found out from Brett that they are going to release the Stinger, I was sure that they're going to, come in at $240 or $250. We're just going to play this game of chase the most expensive paddle you can sell, and they didn't. They came in and undercut the Gold Rush and are selling this paddle for $190 before discount. So super cool opportunity to be able to buy a new 3rd gen developed with a pro athlete together paddle and not spend over $200 on it. So I think that wraps up most of, or their entire paddle line. But there's one more thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and that's trying to understand this beginner, intermediate, advanced paddle selection. If you are a beginner player, you need to be finding a beginner paddle. You do not want to buy a $250, $300 paddle. Those paddles are too poppy, they're too powerful, and you will not learn good control. You will not learn how to drop a ball nice. You will not have finesse in your shots. You will not be able to cross-court dink over and over. You will just pop the ball up too quickly, and you need to start with something that has a very large sweet spot. Some people even prefer the squat bodies. I'm not a big fan of the wide body paddles, but again, personal preference. They do have a larger sweet spot, just a little harder to generate power on the end of the paddle, and you don't have quite as much reach, and that's why I like the elongated, but again, personal preference. So go out there if you're a beginner and choose a beginner or intermediate paddle. Do not waste your money. As you get better at the sport, you'll have opportunities to try your friends' paddles, and you'll start to see what you actually like. And it has nothing to do with the brand or the cost of the paddle. And I've had pro players grab that Vortex and go to town with me 4 or 5 games, and I said advanced players, and you know, they come out, win all the games against a $300 paddle and be like, yo, I love this paddle, it's great. It's I don't even feel the need to upgrade from the Vortex. But there is advancements in technology and the way you can shape or curve a ball in a more advanced paddle, and that's one way you can up your game, is getting a new paddle that has, you know, the ability to put more spin on the ball, but sometimes just changing your grip. I mean, how many of us started playing pickleball like this? How many of us walked in like we were ping pong players and choked up as far as we could, and then ran up to the kitchen and switched to this and did like little punches for the first year until we learned how to hold a proper grip on the paddle and to be able to, you know, get our wrists to manipulate in certain ways. So guys, go out there and just have fun playing pickleball. The whole sport's about fun. We all got caught up in tournament play, and we forgot why we started playing this game, and it was to meet new people and meet new friends and have fun on the court. So I want your opinions. I want your feedback. Go down in the comments after you've subscribed, after you've liked this video, shared it, turned on your notifications. We don't know how to do social media. We need your help. Help us grow so we can bring the videos that you want to see. Check out the Instagram if you're on YouTube, and check out the YouTube if you're on Instagram. And we'll see you next time, guys. All right, I'm out.